Hi, I'm Dr. William Starsiak with Starsiak Osteopathic Clinic. I'm going to be reviewing my new centrifuge. This is my old centrifuge. It is a fixed angle, but I wanted to get a swing bucket. I was having a lot of trouble finding swing buckets for reasonable prices, so I got in contact with a manufacturer based out of China and was able to get a hold of a nice tabletop swing bucket centrifuge. I can fit 16 test tubes in it and it's working awesome. So I'm going to share that with you in this video, but I'm also excited because I discovered something I want to inject on myself. And I recently found an area of significant tenderness on my Gerdy's tubercle. I never thought to look there before. Gerdy's tubercle is right here, and this is the attachment of the IT band. Right? The IT band comes down and attaches in there. So I also went up and I checked my tensor fascia lata, which is the other end of the IT band, and profound tenderness with radiating pain down into my ankle. And the left ankle has been one of my trouble areas. I've been meaning to do some spots on my ankle for a while now, so I'm going to also hit my anterior fibular talar ligament on both ends. I'm going to hit my spring ligament at its navicular attachment because that's kind of tender. And I think that's it. If you're not already hip to the PRP, I'll do a brief review here in this video while I'm drawing my blood. You can do the method of double centrifugation if you have these ACDA tubes. The ACDA is a combination of dextrose and citric acid, and this will keep blood from coagulating, so you have enough time to spin it before it coagulates. You got plenty of time. Now, if you do that, your first spin is a soft spin, and it only lasts 5 minutes, and you do it at 800 Gs. So you need to find the little table for your centrifuge that tells you what RPMs translate into what G-force. Or you can Google the equation. There are calculators on Google. You can just type in G-force calculator and put in length of your centrifuge's rotor, which is the distance from the axis of your centrifuge to the end of the test tube. And then in the number of RPMs, and it'll tell you what G-force it is. Or you put in the G-force you want, and it'll do the equation to tell you what RPMs you need. So first spin, 5 minutes, 800 Gs. Then you're going to pipette off the plasma, being careful not to disturb the layer between the plasma and the blood. Otherwise, you're going to get bloody plasma. Then your second stage is you need to take that plasma and spin it at 900 Gs for 10 minutes. Then you can discard 2/3, 3/4, 4/5 of the plasma and just keep the little bit of plasma at the bottom with the platelet pellet. And you want to concentrate it more, discard more plasma at the end. Draw more blood, discard more plasma, and it'll be more concentrated. So it's up to speed now. If I move this mic back where I am, I'm about 3 feet away from it now. Very comfortable to be in the room with this. Quiet, it's not shaking around, simple to use, strong, sturdy construction. The platelet-rich plasma is all prepared, so now to do the injections. I like marking injection spots with the capped needle. It creates a nice little circle that lets me very specifically mark where I'm going to go, and then it's all ready for the injection. I'm starting here with Gerdy's tubercle. That is on the proximal tibia. And I'm generally pretty slow with my needle insertion. I'm going to insert it all the way until I contact bone. And of course, always aspirating before injecting to make sure that the needle is not placed in a vessel, and then going ahead and injecting. Injecting into a vessel does risk creating a clot. So now I'm going to be injecting my talar point that's just anterior to the lateral malleolus. So this is the talar attachment of the anterior fibulo-talar ligament. This one's not very deep. Again, moving the needle slowly until contacting bone, which has a very distinct resistance to it. Taking my time to make sure I isolate the location and always aspirating before then performing the injection. In this spot, each spot here I'm putting in 1/2 to 1 cc. There's also lidocaine mixed in with the PRP already. Now I'll change my angle and I will get the anterior part of the distal fibula. This is to get the fibular end of the anterior fibulo-talar ligament. Also not a very deep spot. Of course, PRP does sting a little bit when it's injected, but since there's lidocaine, it pretty quickly numbs up. Now I'm going to get the navicular end of the spring ligament. Here you see me palpating it. There is a very noticeable bony protuberance on the medial aspect of the ankle that marks the navicula. Very easy landmark. Then I'm going just underneath it, and the needle will be contacting the inferior proximal aspect of the navicular bone. And one way to check if there is potential ligamentous laxity is to check for the bone's free motion, kind of wiggle the joint by getting on each side of it, holding each bone involved in the joint and checking the motion. And if there is a feeling of laxity in addition to tenderness at the anthesis, or the site of ligamentous attachment, then that's a pretty good indicator in combination with symptoms that it could benefit from PRP. And here I'm taking a little while to really exactly position the needle. And then, of course, it's always aspirating and injecting. Now I'm palpating the tensor fascia lata attachment on the ilia. And you'll see me moving the needle around a little bit on this one because I'm also doing a bit of needling of the muscle to elicit some of the muscle twitch responses. Usually this is called dry needling, but that's when it's a needle without anything in it. When we have a needle with lidocaine in it, and after getting the twitch responses, we inject lidocaine, that's considered wet needling. Now, the combination of this with PRP, I don't really know that there is a name for that combo. Here we go. I'm down at bone and aspirating, and then I go ahead and inject. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I hope you found it informative. If you want more instructional videos, become a member.